The chapter opens with a dramatic scene where celestial dragons stand majestically atop a hill, overseeing a crowd of slaves and people who are crying out in distress. One celestial dragon proclaims with grandeur, "We have 150 rare rabbits to hunt down, not to mention the 13 exceptionally rare ones. Each of these is valued at 10,000 points. Remember, achieving a single hit kill will also grant you a skill bonus. We have arranged extravagant prizes for the winners of this prestigious event." Garling, with a tone of superiority, remarks that these pests can merely sit back and observe. Another knight interjects, cautioning Garling not to be overly confident of an easy victory. Meanwhile, York boasts that the Manmeyer family is destined to triumph. Among the distressed onlookers, one person desperately wishes for someone to wake them from this nightmare, questioning why such brutality and the killing of people are permitted. Another individual, horrified, asks how they can so callously toy with human lives. Amidst this turmoil, the celestial dragon callously begins to target even the children of the people. The announcer hastily intervenes. "Please desist and respect the rules. The hunt hasn't commenced yet. Consider the other noble participants from the zoo. There's only 1 hour before the hunt begins. Now run, little rabbits, and give us a good chase." The scene then shifts to the Navy headquarters, where Garp is on a phone call. He learns that Fleet Admiral Kong wants him to head to the Bonnies to fight. Confused, Garp questions the purpose of this. Kong reveals that he can't divulge much, but their presence is crucial, as unverified reports suggest an imminent disaster. Garp realizes this is related to the celestial dragon's excursion and expresses his disdain, remarking that their troubles are self-inflicted consequences of provoking Hashinosu. He rhetorically asks what they expected when they dared to take the crown jewel of Pirate Island, naturally inciting a retaliation. Kong, troubled, admits there's an unforeseen factor they hadn't accounted for, and hints that Roger might also be heading to that island. Upon hearing Roger's name, Garp's excitement is palpable. He declares his eagerness to join in, stating he's already on his way. The scene transitions to Hachinosu in the New World. Someone urgently announces, "The Rock's pirates have already set sail. They're ahead of us. We need to move quickly. This is going to be a monumental event that will shake the pirate world to its core." Shifting back to God Valley in the West Blue, the atmosphere is tense. One observer is astounded by the unprecedented number of ships congregating around a single island, while another grimly notes, "As you can see, we are trapped in this nightmarish reality. Escape is impossible, and eventually, this will all be forgotten, lost to the annals of history." It's revealed that the reason for selecting this location for their murder festival is to exploit the natural resources of the area, with 10,000 civilians labeled as rabbits for the hunt. Ivankov, deeply troubled, adds, "Not a single one of these rabbits will be alive in 3 weeks. Can anyone believe the injustice of this world?" Someone else clings to a glimmer of hope, mentioning they were told they'd be freed if they survived the entire 3-week duration of the festival. Ivankov, however, dismisses this with anger. Survive? In all their previous hunts, not one person survived. Why would this be any different? Another person, in tears, asks why they would be given such false hope. Ivankov explains the cruel logic. There's no thrill for them in hunting those who have given up hope. They want you to cling to that hope, to run, to give them a good chase. But remember, you can never win in their rigged game. The only real chance is to focus on escaping altogether. As the scene returns to the fight, the announcer excitedly declares that St. Garling has swiftly amassed 100,000 points, likely by targeting the high-value rabbits. This announcement signals the beginning of a brutal massacre. The scene then shifts. Someone uncuffs Ivankov, who comments on the strength of their jaw, not surprised by the might of a shark fishman. The fishman, rarely praised, expresses gratitude for the acknowledgement. Ginny, seizing the moment, reveals that the tournament prizes are their key to escape. Among these prizes is one of the strongest class of devil fruits, which allows transformation into a giant dragon. Another notable prize is the paw-paw fruit, capable of blasting oneself and others to distant islands. Ivankov realizes that consuming any of these fruits could provide a means to escape the hellish situation and evade the Navy siege. Ginny adds that he is a professional thief and wiretapper, having leaked this information to the outside world 2 weeks prior. He believes his message must have caught someone's attention, as a plan like this requires numerous decoys. Despite the fear gripping everyone, Kuma raises his hand, offering his help. Ivankov initially reacts angrily towards Kuma, but Kuma argues that his size and bulkiness make him well-suited to survive longer than anyone else. Bonnie reflects on the situation, dreading the thought of anyone dying during their escape attempt. Ivankov, now energized by the prospect of a collaborative escape, emphatically agrees with Kuma. She declares her refusal to let anyone die, vowing that they will escape God Valley together. The scene shifts dramatically, capturing a moment of shock and chaos. One of the Navy ships is suddenly destroyed, leaving everyone stunned. A Marine spots the culprits off the east coast and exclaims, "It's the Rock's pirates!" He's baffled, questioning their presence. Another urgently replies that there's no time for questions, as they are being overwhelmed by notorious pirates. The Rock's pirates make a formidable entrance, signaling a new level of threat. The Marines are in disarray, with one questioning why they weren't informed earlier about this development and what the Rock's pirates are after. Meanwhile, the Rock's pirates launch a barrage of cannonballs, with Rox himself taunting the lousy Marines and commanding his crew to follow his lead. As the Rock's pirates land on the island, Whitebeard, at the forefront, cautions Rox not to rush ahead. He asserts his autonomy, refusing to be commanded by someone he considers an idiot. A girl perched on Whitebeard's shoulder suggests holding off any conflict for the day. Big Mom, another formidable figure in the group, declares her intention to claim everything for herself, to which Kaido, from behind, comments that it would be pointless in her hands. Stussy, addressing the Amazon Queen Griosa, tells her to back off, or she'll only make a fool of herself. Griosa retorts sarcastically, while another member, focused on his precious treasure, remains indifferent to the larger conflict. Whitebeard, trying to maintain focus, points out that they need to confirm the presence of their main objective on the island. Shiki, another member of the group, angrily challenges Whitebeard's authority, claiming he will clear his own path. Big Mom, ever ambitious, vows to outmaneuver everyone and seize the prize before they even realize it. The scene reaches a boiling point as Kaido mentions that Roger is also on his way, viewing him as a significant threat. Big Mom cuts him off, advising to deal with one thing at a time. Stussy predicts that this will be a decisive battle. The Rock's pirates, each with their own motivations and rivalries, are united in their confidence and readiness to fight, eager to claim victory in this high-stakes confrontation. The Celestial Dragons are in turmoil as the Rock's crew makes landfall on their island. They are frustrated and bewildered, questioning the effectiveness of the Marines and expressing concern for their own safety. A Marine reports that fearsome pirates are converging on the island from all directions, causing further alarm among the Celestial Dragons, who are baffled that the secrecy of their event was compromised. The scene becomes even more chaotic with the arrival of the Roger pirates, led by Roger himself, flanked by Rayleigh and Gabin. Roger expresses his excitement and eagerness for the confrontation. Gabin humorously comments on Roger's tendency to claim first dibs. Meanwhile, St. Garling springs into action, ordering the Marines to prioritize the protection of the Celestial Dragons. Amidst the confusion, someone questions the strategy of surrounding the island with ships as the people caught in the crossfire grow increasingly terrified. They fear for their lives, realizing that both Roger and the Rock's pirates are present. Suddenly, Vice Admiral Garp arrives, much to the relief of the Marines, who feel a renewed sense of security. Garp, determined and focused, demands to know Roger's location. In the midst of the battle, Ivankov seizes the opportunity to steal the dragon and pawpaw fruits. However, before Ivankov can consume the dragon fruit, Big Mom intervenes, taking it from her. Kuma, hesitant at first, is encouraged by Ivankov to consume the fruit, which he does. Ivankov emphasizes that if even a single person can escape the island alive, it will be a victory. Saint Saturn then confronts Kuma, presenting him with a stark choice: live as a slave or die. Kuma, showing resilience and determination, defies Saint Saturn's view on the importance of one's birth. He vows to use any power he has to save as many people as possible, invoking the spirit of Nika. The scene switches back to the battle where Roger urges Rox to hold back, but Rox is defiant, seeing Roger as an obstacle. The narrator ominously hints that this significant incident will soon be lost to the shadows of history, underscoring the transient and often forgotten nature of such epic confrontations. In the kingdom of Sorbet in the South Blue, Ivankov expresses frustration with the news coverage of the events on the island. They only ended up reporting Garp's heroism. This Morgans is nothing but a hack. He prints what the world's top brass wants, and in the end, they still have no idea what really happened on that island. Kuma is seen praying deeply, absorbed in his thoughts. Ivankov approaches him, asking, "Just how long are you planning to pray like this, Kuma?" Kuma, reflective and burdened, replies, "I keep thinking I could have saved more people back there." Ivankov, trying to offer comfort, responds, "You should stop talking nonsense. You saved 500 souls during that mess." Ginny, deeply moved by Kuma's actions, joins in, affirming, "That's right. You were amazing, Kumachi." Tears well up in her eyes as she speaks of the gratitude everyone felt because of Kuma's actions. Ivankov, inspired by Kuma's new abilities, remarks, "Those paws of yours can bless people with freedom. They are hands of liberation." Kuma, looking at his hands now adorned with paws, contemplates the phrase, "hands of liberation." Ivankov notes Kuma's choice to live in a church, finding it fitting for his personality. Declaring a desire to bask in freedom, Ivankov announces his departure to the sea. Kuma sincerely expresses that he will never forget Ivankov's face, to which Ivankov laughingly replies, "No one ever does." Ginny then reveals her decision to stay with Kuma. She apologizes to Ivankov, saying she needs time to figure out her life. "I'm sorry, but I'm not coming with you, Ivankov. I want to stay with Kuma while I think about what I'm going to do with my life." Ivankov leaves with a parting shout of care to his friends. Ginny confidently proclaims that since she's 4 years older, Kuma can leave it to her to figure out how they'll get by. Kuma, still processing everything, and is surprised by Ginny's words. In the next scene, Kuma is hard at work, with Ginny offering him admiration from the background. The two then set off to sell the wood they have just chopped. Ginny declares their new resolution: no more dumpster diving or stealing. We'll work hard and buy our own food from now on. However, their journey is not without challenges. As they walk, some people throw stones at Kuma, accusing him of being a fraud. Ginny, without hesitation, confronts the offenders, defending Kuma fiercely. Kuma tries to intervene as Ginny ends up beating the two boys. After the altercation, Kuma apologizes and astonishingly heals the boys who attacked him. The boys are bewildered, questioning if Kuma used some kind of magic to take away their pain. Kuma simply smiles in response, and then he and Ginny continue on their way. Upon returning home, Kuma and Ginny enjoy a meal they earned through their hard work. Despite eating a lot, Ginny still feels hungry, prompting Kuma to offer her his own plate. Ginny is overjoyed after eating, and Kuma playfully remarks that she is a real glutton and that they should keep working harder. Ginny curiously asks Kuma about his past, specifically when he became a slave. Kuma replies that he was 4 years old, to which Ginny relates, revealing she also became a slave at the age of 4. Kuma comments that she shouldn't sound so excited about such a grim, shared experience. However, the mood changes as Ginny, feeling full and content for the first time, starts to cry. Kuma, moved by the moment, also begins to cry. It's a poignant scene as both realize it's their first time enjoying a good meal in their entire lives. Overwhelmed with emotions, they cry tears of happiness. Kuma tells her not to cry, but Ginny responds that she's just so happy. The chapter ends on this touching note, capturing a rare moment of joy and satisfaction in their difficult lives.